Good blessed Saturday morning, June the 1st, 2024. The time being 8:24 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do or anything that I produce. That's your prerogative. You have that right to the United States Constitution. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution, such as freedom of press, freedom of protest, freedom to associate, freedom of speech, freedom to associate and to gather together, unless you are a felon or on probation or parole. In some areas, you can't associate with other felons. But today what I really want to talk about is a guy named, I'm shortening his name, is Dan Asbury. An individual that I've been complaining about, I'm talking about for maybe over a year now. Maybe since December of 2022, when he first started off as a juvenile coming over in our neighborhood, over here in the Vine and Warhousing area, throwing eggs at people's houses. Then he graduated to shooting dangerous fireworks at people. Then he graduated into stealing people's vehicles. All these things that he's been doing is being in the black community. Then he graduated to stealing guns. And I got him on video coming up and down here, Vine Street, up and down this street here. Up and down this street here. This is Vine. Up and down here. Coming down through Warhousing. This is Warhousing up here. Coming all the way down up in here. Terrorizing the young children. And then when you seen him, he was in a pack with other children. And some of the children that he was with, I told their parents, you will see it on the YouTube. I told some of them parents, your child is running with a 19-year-old felon. Now, let me tell you what Dan is wanted for right now. Dan is wanted for doing something to a 12 and 13-year-old girl. All these crimes been in the black community. You see y'all leaders, the leaders that y'all select, like Lester Gillespie, Rodney Jones, and the NAACP, and some of these other black leaders and white leaders that you choose to protect your children. They talk about me, but they can't produce nothing. But what I do for free. Now, I give it to some of the police officers. They done arrested Dan many a times, even for recently stealing fireworks from Boomland. But I'm going to let you see the video and then come back. Williams Avenue in the projects with Dan being with all them juvenile females. Dan is a grown man with these children. Here go Dan Asbury again, y'all. The one that's leading the pack with the black hoodie on. Dan Asbury, a 20-year-old, coming down in our neighborhood again with little kids, young kids. That's Dan Asbury, y'all, a felon. A grown man with these little kids coming over here on Vine and Warhouse and shooting fireworks. Dan Asbury, an individual that they caught with guns and stealing cars. Y'all children, move out of the way for a minute so I can get Dan Asbury coming over here shooting fireworks. That's Dan Asbury. He coming over here in the Vine area, shooting fireworks and trying to intimidate young children over here. Y'all see him? They grown. Dan is a grown man with these little children. He's a coward. When he was in the juvenile, y'all, he was playing with his butt in the juvenile. Go ahead and shoot it. I got something for you. Go on and shoot it. I ain't gonna run. Go on and shoot him. I got something for you, Dan. You a grown man now, boy. You a grown man now, Dan.
He was trying to shoot at me, my sister.
I know it. Don't worry about it. I got it coming. You go ahead and shoot it and see what comes behind you, boy. Any one of y'all, go ahead. The funeral home is right down the street. The funeral home is right down the street. The funeral home is right down the street. That's all right. You see, I ain't running, don't you? See, y'all intimidate these kids, but you ain't gonna intimidate a grown man. Y'all ain't gonna intimidate a grown man. Dan, you 19 years old with all these little kids. Now I got you on camera. I'm gonna call the police and let's see what they do to you. So you can go back in there and they can play with your booty again. Now that y'all done seen this video, that's one of many videos that I got him on my security cameras. All the housing authority have to do is just get them some security cameras. Like I said, some of the police out here, they are doing their job. They done arrested Dan many a times. If they didn't, then he wouldn't be on probation. He wouldn't have got caught stealing people SUVs, stealing people's guns. You see what I'm saying? The school spoke up for Dan, saying that he's a good student. His mother came to court several times saying that I'll watch him. Lester Gillespie and some of these other people saying, well, he got a slow learning disability. But if he that slow, he's a danger. I had said it on my YouTube. He's a danger and a threat to the black community. He's a danger and a threat to the black community. Now here's two mothers. I don't know how many other children that he might have molested out here. But we know two of them that he's wanted for now. If I see him, I don't care who don't like it. I'm going to call 911 and video whatever house he in. Whoever hide them in their house, they should be locked up for harming a fugitive. This man is a danger and a threat to the black community. I can't talk up for nothing else. Because if he was on that other side of town, he would have been gone one way or another. The cemetery or the jailhouse. Now, if y'all don't like it, let him do something to your children. Or go ask Lester to help us get him off the streets. Lester ain't going to help him get off the street. All Lester wants you to do is sign your children up for these programs that he's getting millions of dollars for, having people served that probably got tuberculosis and everything else, having people that drive his vehicles that don't even have chauffeur's license. The vehicles might not even be licensed. Peace be still. It's my type of work, y'all. Saving lives.